Da-da-da-da-da, 16 pet alpha males just. Oh, let's get in here, bro. Ah! Oh, whoa, don't spill my drink, bro. On my camera. Okay, broski, chill out. Ugh. Let's get relaxed up in here. Okay, guys. I was in the middle of filming, and then I got really thirsty, and it was really hot in here, and I had to go and run. I had to pause it, and I had to go and run to the store real quick and get something to drink because my throat was starting to make me want to cough and everything. I was like, I just couldn't stay. Now it's getting like super hot in here, bro. Like it's really hot in here, bro. I think the heater's up too high or something. We need to turn down the heater. But anyways, I was at, what was I talking about? I was talking about TikTok and how they're a bunch of nutcases. And essentially they're in bed with the Ayatollah. They have to be because there's no other way that they can't be. It doesn't make any sense. How could they not be? So that's where I left off, pretty sure. And Donald Trump needs to know that. He needs to hear about it because I really think if he understood that, he would take them off the air. I really do believe that if Donald Trump heard that or knew about that, that he would take them off the air because I know Trump. I know what he's like. If he knew, he would be like, no, something's got to change here, bro. We cannot have this. We can't have you denying the 2020 election results because it was rigged. And that's true too, because it was rigged. All right. It was rigged. And I've been saying that from day one. You could go check. My, whatever it is. Ugh. I try to lean back, but my chair is broke. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. It's broke. Maybe if I... Can you hear me all the way over there like that? I don't know. Probably, though. It's not that far away, is it? Let's just see. I don't know. I think that messed with the camera. It's always something, isn't it? It's always something trying to get in the way of something. I guess it's all right. Yeah, let's pull it back. Let's get comfortable now. Guess we'll edit that out or something. I think that's okay. Is that too far away? Can you still hear me? Did we do all that for no reason? Because now we still can't relax anyways. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, so the 2020 election was rigged. The 2020 election was stolen. I promise you. Well, I've been saying that for the last 5 years. I've been saying that since it was stolen. Because it was absolutely stolen, 100%. I know that. Trump knows that. Everybody in this country that's not a complete idiot knows that. Don't let them lie to you. If you're not American, don't let them lie to you. The Americans, they don't like Trump. Oh, that's BS. We love Donald Trump. It's just that our elections get rigged, so then it makes it look like that there's actually a 50-50 war going on here. It gives off the illusion that it's actually 50-50. Yeah, right. It's more like 80-20. is what it is. And I'm sure it's more like that across the entire globe as well, right? I mean, come on. We all really know. The jig is up, okay, guys? The jig is up. Demonic rats, it's up, okay? It's been great. It's been fun, but you're not going to steal elections no more. Yeah. You remember when Stephen Colbert, whatever his name is, he said to Trump, "It's been nice, it's been fun, but you're not going to be president, though." And now he's president. "It's been nice, it's been fun, Democrats, but you're not going to steal elections no more." Sucks for you. We found you. We got you, you bunch of idiots. We got you. You didn't know that we was going to find all that in Venezuela once we got Maduro out there? You didn't know we was going to find all that election fraud in there? By the way, I already knew it was in there. And I said that 5 years ago because of Dominion voting machines, which they used to rig the election. And the Dominion voting machines are the same voting machines that Maduro used to become the elected representative for Venezuela. So it was obvious. It was always there. That's one of the reasons why Trump went in there, believe it or not. There's a whole lot of reasons. Now he came out and announced, "We got the evidence. We got you. We got you, fools. We got you. And we do got you." And Trump's not bluffing. You're going down. Every single one of you. We're going to get you. It's over with. We're walking into a new era of truth, righteousness, unity, mercy, and peace. A new era of freedom for the whole world. That's what we're doing right now. Venezuela was the start. Iran is next on the list. And after Iran, and Iran helps us get rid of radical Islam across the world and in the West especially. And after that, North Korea and Taiwan and everywhere else you could think of. It's just the beginning, my friend. It's just the beginning. So, anyways, yeah, I was talking about TikTok. We're going to have to deal with them, bro, because they worship the Ayatollah. And nobody's going to change my mind. What? And you know why I love the Persian people so much? You know what? Actually, I want to tell you a story. Because a lot of people, a lot of people would ask me, why do you care about the Persian people so much? What is it about the Persians that you care so deeply about? Why do you care so much about the Iranians so much? And there's a lot of reasons, really. First of all, I mean, anybody that's in a regime like the Islamic Iranian regime deserves to be taken care of, deserves to be removed from that regime if it's a humanitarian crisis. You care about any human beings that would be in that situation. First and foremost, I think it's a retardedly stupid question to even ask something like that. But on top of that as well, I'll tell you what too, a lot of it has to do with as well, is that I am a Christian, right? And as a Christian, I meet a lot of other Christians. Christians from all over the world. Christians from everywhere in the world. And, and as Christians, we know what parts of the world are friendly towards Christians and what parts of the world are not friendly towards Christians. And we know that the Iranian regime is the most cruel, murderous, gruesome regime on the planet when it comes to Christians. And not just Christians, it's anybody and everybody else too that has nothing to do with Islam, but especially also Christians in there, right? And so I've already known about how terrible the Iranian regime is for years, for decades. Since I was a child, I knew this stuff. And my mom actually knew an Iranian man before I was born, and she had met him, and she told me the story about him, and he was one of the most respectful, beautiful souls of a human being that you could ever meet. You know, he was a beautiful person, and he was very respectful, very elegant, very eloquent, very regal in a sense. She tells me the story of when he invited her over to his house, and he literally treated her like royalty. Literally. The bowing and the everything's very regal, very beautiful. And he was against the Islamian regime too. He's not a Christian, but he didn't believe in all of that crazy far Islam nonsense either. And they would talk stories back and forth about how it was, and it was just, she was really touched by the fact of meeting him, because you see that no matter where people are, no matter where we are in this world, that people are people. Human beings are human beings. And it's the sweetest and most beautiful thing when you get to meet people of a totally different culture from somewhere else, totally around the world, and you see that they are the sweetest, most beautiful people. And you really feel for those type of people. And my mom used to always tell me that story growing up, so that always stuck with me. I always remembered that. And I knew how Iran was. And then being a Christian, learning from people. And then I have my own personal story, which is actually 10 years ago, I came into contact with a man that was from Iran, a guy that was from Iran. I was, how old was I at the time? I think I was young. I was probably 18 years old, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that I was even hit 18 yet. I think I was like 15. It's like 15, I'm pretty sure. 15, 16, somewhere around there. Pretty sure it was 15. And I had just really started to understand like Christ, right? And Christianity. And my faith in Christ grew exceptionally at 15 years old. And I had been a Christian my whole life since I was 4 years old, but at 15 it really exceptionally grew. And it wasn't too long after that I met an Iranian man, and he was at the time, I think he was like 18, 19, something like that. But somewhere around there. And he had been, he was in Iran. Long story short, because I don't give out information on how the underground church or anything like that works in Iran. But long story short is that I was able to come into contact with him through the internet, though, because he was in Iran. And he was a Muslim, And Iran's not mostly Muslim. Iran is 20% Muslim, but he was one of the 20% that was a Muslim. And he farly exceeded in all of his studies in school. And he was the number one person in his class. And he was all about Islam. He was a hardcore Muslim. This guy was hardcore Muslim. Jihad, as hardcore as you could get, Muslim. And he hated Jews, hated Israel, hated Christians, the whole 9 yards, Muslim all the way. Memorized the Quran, could quote it from front to back staring at you without ever looking in it once, right? He was hardcore Muslim. And he tells the story, he'll tell you the story, if you ever talk to him in person, that what happened was that when he was in school, they were grooming them up to be, the scholars of Islam and the hierarchy of Islam, and you have to learn the pillars and all these kinds of things. And him being the number one in the class, he requested of them, crazy story, but it's true. He requested of them to see a Bible. He wanted a Bible which they didn't let them have Bibles. But he wanted a Bible. But the reason why he wanted a Bible is because he was such a hardcore Muslim that he decided that for his final project in his school class, that he was going to write the greatest research paper that ever existed to prove why the Quran is superior to the Bible and why Muhammad is superior to the Lord Jesus Christ. That's what he went in there doing. That's what he was going to do. That was his intent. And he went in hell-bent determined that he was going to poke holes throughout the Bible and Christianity through the Quran and through Islam. And so they accepted his request because he was such a hardcore Muslim and he had a reputation and he was the top of his class and everybody knew who he was and he was very diligent in his research and everything else. That they actually accepted his request to have a Bible because they knew he was planning on exposing it. And as the story goes, when he got the Bible, he went and did just that. He started reading the entire Bible front to back so that he could measure it up against the Quran and use Muhammad to put Jesus to shame. As he would say, that was his point. That's what he was going to do. This was like his last year in school, too, right before he would graduate and try to go on to higher education. And while he was doing that, as he tells the story, he says the more that he read the Bible, the more he became confused, because the more he started to see that it said things that he had never been taught in Islam that it had said. He said things that it had never been taught to him. He started to realize that things that he were taught that the Bible said were not said in the Bible, and that things that he had been taught for years about Christians and Christian theology and what they thought was completely the opposite of what he was taught. And it intrigued him. It struck him. So he continued to read the Bible back and forth. He said now he continued to do this for months on end. And then at the very end of it, one night, he was so taken back by it and so confused by it that he threw the Bible on the ground. He said he could not get over the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, about Jesus Christ. And he could not get over the fact that this man spoke with so much authority, that he sounded like he had authority when he spoke. And he put the Quran down and he put the Bible down next to each other and he prayed. And he said, whichever one of these is the true God, I want you to show me. Is it Muhammad? Is it Allah and Islam? Or is it Jesus Christ and the God of the Bible? And when he did that, he says himself that the presence of God came into his room, into his bedroom in the middle of the night and came over him and responded to him and affirmed to him that it was the Lord Jesus Christ, the God of the Bible. Crazy story. And as a result of that, he became a Christian from that day forward. Although he didn't know anything about Christianity. So he still held a lot of his old beliefs. He was still not a big fan of Israel at that time. Now, he's not like that anymore because he grew. But at the time, but he believed in Jesus. He had become a Christian. He had converted to Christianity, but he didn't tell anybody because he knew that he would be murdered for his faith in Jesus Christ. And we came into contact, really it was God. We came into divine contact on this prayer Virgil where he was requesting prayer. He was able to, I don't know how he did it or whatever, but he was able to actually request prayer of Christians that were outside of Iran. And I came into contact with him, and we wound up becoming pretty close friends. I was the only contact that he had outside of Iran. The only contact that he had at all. And I was young at this time, but I understood Iran. I knew Iran because I knew the stories and I had heard and seen things before. And I would pray with him, and he was so terrified, bro. He was so scared. Every night he would tell me, we would be texting back and forth. And we would talk to hours about everything. He would talk about Jesus and theology and the Bible and everything. And he would always tell me every night, he was like, well, I hope I talk to you tomorrow. If I don't talk to you tomorrow, you know what happens. I'm dead. They're going to kill me because I'm a Christian. And basically, if you know about Iran, if you know about Iran, because a lot of people get mad at me because I say Iran because of my American accent, folks. It's just the way it is. But Iran, if you know about Iran, sometimes I say Iran. If you know about Iran, you know that they usually try to get rid of all the people with the highest IQs because they're more likely to start a revolution. So usually if you have a super high IQ, you're really good at scores testing, they will actually be very quick to approve your visas, your student visas, and get you out of the country, right? And like I said, he was at the top of his class. So he formulated this plot to be able to get out of the country so that he could use his student visa to get out of the country and then not be killed for being a Christian. So he was in the middle of going through that process, and it was a really tough thing with him, man. I was the only person that he had in the whole world outside of Iran that really understood what was going on. And he would constantly text me, and he would have stages where he was okay sometimes, and then other times he was totally shattered and broken, and having mental breakdowns on the phone with me because he thought that there was no hope. He felt hopeless. And I told him I was like, no, listen, man, God did not take you this far for the Iranian regime to kill you, okay? He did not take you this far, lead you down this whole life of this, and put you in that position to be able to get that Bible and compare it and become a Christian. He did not do all that to leave you in this hour. Your life is just beginning now. And I promise you're going to get out of that regime, man. I promise you. I don't know how, but I know that supernaturally you're going to get out of that regime, man. That's what I told him. And I took him and I introduced him. And I actually got a bunch of people on social media and I told everybody what was going on. I have a friend. He's in Iran. He's a Christian. They're going to kill him for his faith. He needs prayer immediately. He needs to get out of the country. And a lot of people prayed, and I sent it to him, and that really lifted his soul. It really encouraged him a lot. I said, we got a whole lot of people praying for you, bro. You're going to get out of that country. He was still, it inspired his soul a lot because he was touched by the fact that people cared about him because he understood how the world saw Iran. He understood how how a lot of Iranians feel about how the world looks at them like they're a bunch of radical Muslim jihadists and a bunch of terrorists and don't want nothing to do with them because they because they're terrified. They're like they oust them because they don't want to get blown up. And so for him and being so trained in that world, it was so hard for him to believe that Christians of all people that he hated, people that he persecuted and talked about, Christians of all people, and especially Christians outside of Iran, Christians inside the United States of America, of all places, would be worried about the fact that he was stuck inside of there and that they would actually take the time to pray for him. He was so totally touched by it and very encouraged. That was a beautiful thing. And but he still didn't think he was going to get out of there, man. And the very next day, he called me out of nowhere, freaking out. Explanation points all over the place, just bold messages, screaming, I got out, I got it. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, they approved my student visa. I'm getting out of the country. I got it. He got the student visa, and he was out of there in not too long after that. I forget exactly how long it was. He went to Europe, actually. And he got free from the Iranian regime, and he's never been back. He's been free ever since. So that was a really deep story to me, And nobody else around me understood because I would explain to them that I got this guy, this Iranian Christian, And you know, like a lot of local pastors and churches would look at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, this is our brother in Christ. He's just going to act like he doesn't. These are persecuted brothers in Christ. These people matter more than anybody. If they don't matter to us, then what are we doing? Who are we? Who are we? What do we stand even for? You know, I don't understand that. The blood of the martyrs is the seat of the church. The blood of the martyrs is the most holy thing that there is on this side of heaven besides Christ himself. Like, if you're not standing with them, I have a hard time you standing with Christ, the bride of Christ, because those are his people. Those are his people, and he loves each and every one of them. And, you know, we would be, I don't even want to think about what you would be if you can't stand with God's people like that. I don't understand that. So, but, you know, it is what it is. It's whatever. But that was a personal story that happened to me and always stuck with me too. So my mom's story, and then that story in my own personal life, that was like 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. And that always stuck with me. And I always thought to myself, it's crazy. You know, I was like, thank you, God, for giving me the ability to be able to help and lead and guide and encourage spiritually a Christian who just found Jesus inside of Iran in the middle of everything and help him lead his way out of there. And I know it's such a miracle because never forget that it was the day after he got all that prayer that it broke open and he got out. God did it just like that on purpose because he wanted him to know, I will never leave nor forsake you. I'm going to get you out of this thing, man. I'm with you and I'm going to get you out of it. That's what he wanted him to know. So he let it go to the very last possible day. Like, if it had been another day, he would have been arrested. It's crazy, crazy story. Crazy. But it was just the right place, just at the right time, just at the right second. It's just what God does. Never early, never late, always right on time. That's what he does. That's who he is. So that's one of the reasons I have such a heart for the Iranian people. I've always understood the struggles of Iran, the Iranian people. I've always understood the struggles. And every time they have an uprising, I say, let this be the one, right? Go and kill these people. Go and destroy the Ayatollah. And every single time I'd see that disgusting regime just go through the streets and start laying people out with AK-47s. And nobody does anything about it. I'm like, this is just bull. If I was president, I would do something about it. That's what I used to say all the time. But now we're here. And this is it. This is the real deal Holyfield. The regime is being overturned. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's God. God hates the Ayatollah because they're disgusting. These people are wicked. They're evil. And, so I'm with them every step of the way. And now you see everything that's going on. And my spirit and my soul is right in the middle of Tehran with the Iranian people marching in the streets and seeing the atrocities being done to children and disgusting, horrible things. But we don't mourn in a state of hopelessness, but in a state of victory. The time has come for the Ayatollah to die. Okay? So that's one of the big reasons I care about Iran so much. And I love Goldie Gamari. Love her so much. She's great. She's wonderful. This is the real deal, folks. She is a lioness. That woman is a lioness. She is a warrior. She is a warrior. She does not care. She's amazing. I love her. And I watch her all the time. I'll be watching her live streams through this revolution. You should watch it if you get the chance because, you should go watch it sometime. She really, really, really breaks it down because she's Iranian. So, you know, I'm learning a lot listening to her. I just sit there and listen to her for hours, and I learn so much. I'm over here learning about like all sorts of stuff, not just history, but like all sorts of stuff, like learning some Persian language and like, if there's two consonants together, you always got to put a vowel in between them, and you know, like all sorts of stuff. Like it's really cool. Really, it's like I love learning, bro. I'm a history buff. I'm a history buff, and I'm a culture buff. I love culture, I love art, and I love history. And, you know, world events is all of those combined. So, you know, I could sit there and listen to people talk for hours. And I like to know what's going on in the real world, not whatever some stupid propagandist network tells me to believe. I want to know from the people what's actually going on. So there's so much going on, bro. We got that going on. Simultaneously, we're viral. We're going viral all over Instagram. And now even Facebook, which is crazy. And the most awesome part about it is that I get the opportunity to really actually be in the middle of everything and help as much as I can in getting the truth out there and what's actually going on and everything else. And I'm so blessed to be able to talk to so many of you and so many people from Iran that have escaped, that are immigrants, that some are still in there, and all sorts of things. And it's a blessing to see. And all I get is love from the Iranian people. It's always love. There's never any. Of course, you have your, you know, like your weirdos every once in a while. You got your pro-Islamic jihads that want to convince everybody that Iran is 98% Muslim. And whatever else, right? But you know, who cares? And then all of the Iranian people jump on them and say, "Shut your mouth! Get out of here! F the Ayatollah, F the mullahs, F Islam! Get out of here! We don't want nothing to do with you." Lying through your teeth. So it's great. I feel like I'm one in the spirit with all of my Iranian brothers and sisters who I've never met in person. But I feel like we're all in this together. We're all in this one in one, you know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's very beautiful people. Very beautiful people. The Persians are very beautiful people. They're very sweet. They're very kind. They're very strong individuals. They're, you know, it's not every day that you see that combination together. It's not every day that you see people that are able to be both sweet and kind, genuinely soft and tender, but at the same time, genuinely as tough and as hard as lions, man. That is not a combination that you see all too often. Usually, it's like people are either one way or they're the other. They're always a little bit more this or a little bit more that. It's very rare that you see that combination with people, but that's what I see from the Iranian people. That's how they are. You know, so, you know, I love them because I understand that. I feel that too because I'm the same way. You know, really. I mean, like, really. Like, really. I'm very kind, care about people and others. And at the same time, when it comes down to a revolution, I will absolutely take you out and without thinking about it twice. Yeah, because it's righteousness, you know, it's justice. It's a righteous revolution. So, yeah. But I just wanted to explain that a little bit because I was like, you know what? I was just thinking about it because I always think about that story, and I was like, you know, it's all come full circle, hasn't it? Like, it's all come full circle. We're really here, guys. Like, this thing's really actually getting overturned, man. Like, we're really actually going to overthrow this thing. Like, I've been here and I've helped you, and you got out, and now we're actually here witnessing in real time, because you never knew that was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, in your lifetime, at least. Like, you hope it does. You want it to. And yeah, we are young, but how long can something go? You know what I mean? Like, if someone doesn't do anything about it, that could go on for who knows how long. The Roman Empire went on for 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we get to witness it, and still young and get to witness it, that's great. I mean, that's amazing, man. This is awesome. We're in the best time in human history, really. We really are. There's a lot of darkness in the world, but there is so much more light that's on the other side of it. And it's all coming, and it's all coming out, and it's great, man. And what else I love about the Iranians too is they just get it, bro. Like, they just get it. Because the Iranian people are so... Listen to me, okay? You stupid left-wing propaganda idiots, okay? The BBC, we hate those people. They're a bunch of idiots. Mainstream news media, I hate them. Okay, CNN, MSNBC, all these idiots, I hate them. They're so full of trash. They're just a bunch of garbage, propaganda news networks. You cannot fool a group of people that has been in bondage, in prison, for 50 years to radical Islamic jihad. You can't fool those people. No matter how much propaganda that you want to shove down people's throats, you are not going to fool the people that have seen it, that have lived in the death of it. That's like trying to fool the Jews about the Nazis and the Holocaust. It's just not going to happen. So what I love about the Iranians is not just their passion and their power, their flame to take over everything. I love it. Seeing it through, but it's also the fact that they're just the most unpropagandized people on the planet. Like, they don't believe the BS narratives about Donald Trump. They love Trump because they understand that these people that hate Trump are the same people that are behind the Ayatollah. It's this dynamic in the world. It's like there's two dynamics. You don't have to explain to them they're lying about Trump. He's not ready. They already know that. They love Trump. So go get him, Trump. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And it's like I got more in common with these people than I have with some people in my own country. Some people, liberals in my own country, I have more in common with the Iranians than I do with a lot of liberals in the United States of America. Isn't that crazy? Because they're not propagandized. Because they haven't had the luxury of living in a first world fairy tale where everything is happy, puppy-go-lucky cherry pies, and they don't have to deal with the fact of what communism actually looks like when it's implemented, what Islamic Jihad Sharia law actually looks like after it's implemented. These liberals in America don't understand that. They're just so stupid. And no matter how much you shove it down their throat, they just do not get it. It's like, it's almost hard to believe, like we're just all making it up. Like the 100 million Iranians, they're just making it up. And it's like, and they really even say that. They really even say it. Calling them all a bunch of Zionists. What in hell, literally, are you talking about? Zionists? What in hell are you talking about, man? That's why I love the Iranians too. They're like my brothers. They're my brothers and my sisters in this fight against Islam. This fight against global jihad. This fight against radical Islam. They are my brothers in this fight against this destructive, demonic, satanic Ayatollah and across the spectrum everywhere that it is. Sharia law. And Bridget Gabriel, she's another one. Lioness. And her story from Lebanon, just crazy. Crazy. And I we are honored and blessed to have Bridget Gabriel in the United States of America. Honored and blessed. The woman is one of the greatest women on the face of the planet right now. When I see her go on and she makes a speech and then she says, all the veterans stand up, and then she thanks all of them. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a country to go to. And I'm like, Bridget Gabriel, we as Americans thank you because you are more American than a lot of people that were born in the United States of America. It is an honor to have Bridget Gabriel inside this nation. She is just as much a blood relative to me in this nation as any man, woman, or child, or any veteran has ever been in this nation. She is one of us. And Goldie Gamari is the same way, although she's Canadian, but whatever, you know what I mean? A friend of the West, a friend of people not being fooled by radical Islam. And so, they love Trump, the Iranian people, and they love Israel, and they love Bibi Netanyahu. You don't have to work through levels and levels of indoctrination and false misinformation and propagandized information and lies with these people because they've already had the worst. You don't have to convince them that the wolf is a wolf because they've already dealt with it. So I love these people, man. They're like my warrior brothers and sisters. I've been watching Goldie Gamari and I'm like, it's just like my warrior sister. I'm like, yes, exactly. See, we're here. And isn't it beautiful? And I think it is the most beautiful thing in the world. It's the most precious and sweet thing in the world that the Iranians are able to shout out to the world. We are not Muslim. We are not radical Islamic Jihad. We are the Persian Empire. Okay? We are not the Arabic Islam Muhammad Empire. We will not have our days ended in us being taken over by some radical Islamic regime. It's not going to happen because we're going to be remembered as could not be defeated. King Cyrus, sons and daughters of Cyrus, Persia. They love the Jews. They love the Americans. And we love them as well. They love Trump. They love Bibi. They're not stupid. Okay? They're just not dumb guys. What else can I say? Because the liberals in this country, in my America, they are stupid. As I'm sure you know. They are just the dumbest people on the face of the planet. And that is no over-exaggeration. They are literally that stupid. Literally. But the thing is, though, that's why I love it. And we're going to have a free Iran. And I'm gonna visit Iran when it becomes free. I'm gonna visit it in person. I am. I'll be like, ha, stupid Ayatollah, you stopped Americans from coming over here. Not no more. I'm here and you're not. Guess what? Ha, I win, you lose, you suck. Loser. I'm gonna pour myself some more Pepsi here. But, I don't. Yeah, I'm drinking Pepsi. Pepsi doesn't sponsor us. Of course they don't. They never would. They're too woke, probably. I don't even know that. But I'm pretty sure. I don't think, is there a mainstream thing that isn't woke? Besides like the UFC, maybe that's about it. Dana White's good with letting people say what they want. Thank God. Thank God. Need a lot more of them. Need a lot more like them, guys. A lot more like them. And, yeah, so that's what it is. So we're fighting in this revolution, and we're going to overcome. And it's going to be amazing. And the world's going to be free as a result. Iran first, or Venezuela first, Iran second, and then we're going to keep going. Colombia, we're coming for you. Brazil, we're coming for you. Cuba, we're coming for you. Mexico, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. North Korea, your time is going to come, my brothers and sisters, I promise. You'll be free. And the world will be doing this, what they're doing with Iran right now, Iran. Cheering them on. They're going to be doing that for you guys in North Korea, because we're going to do this to the whole world, I'm telling you. It is like nothing we have ever seen before. We are entering the age of a new freedom world. A new world of freedom. That's what we're entering into now, guys. They tried to create a new world order, but it's going the opposite direction because God said, no, hold up, I don't think so. No, it's time for a new world of freedom, okay? Just like the Berlin Wall fell, so the Islamic wall will be crushed, and the bamboo curtain in Asia too be crushed, and North Korea will be free, and Taiwan will be free. And you know what? We're going to say it. We're just going to go ahead and say it. China. The communist regime in China is coming down too. China's going to be free too. This is a new era. We're going into something totally new, never seen before, my friend. This is beautiful. And we're going to be here every step of the way. We're going to be fighting right here. And out there too. Every single step of the way, my friend. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. And for America, of course. And for Israel and the Jews, too. It was just Holocaust Remembrance Day. And now we see the rise of the woke Reich. The woke right. The woke Reich, you know, whatever you want to call them. All the same to me. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. This is the Truth Rebellion Podcast, and I'm your host, Joshua Gerald Michael Schutz. Unfiltered, uncompromised, unafraid, filled with a spine. We will never give in, never give up, never surrender. We're going to tell the truth all the way through, no matter what anybody has to say about it. So, sucks for you, because the winners, the truth is going to win. This is the winner circle, baby. Welcome to the winner circle. You just entered into the winner circle, baby. We're just getting started in here. The good guys always win in the end. I don't know if you guys have figured that out by now yet. Praise the Lord. Okay, I guess. Oh, me. I just had to check my thingamajigger. I just to make sure it was still recording, because sometimes, you know, sometimes, and more often than you would like to say, you've recorded an entire episode and then you go and you find out that the mic wasn't on. Or you find out that it stopped recording because you ran out of space in your memory card or whatever it is. And you know, it makes you want to punch the wall. Really, because it's like, man, that's a lot of good stuff, and ain't nobody gonna hear it now. That's kind of BS is this. But we're still going, so it's all good. Okay, cool. So there's that. Now, so much going on in the world. All that with Iran, the Iranian Revolution. I keep everybody updated pretty regularly on Instagram about what's going on. So I don't really have anything in news events to add to what I've already said, what I've already updated Instagram on, the most recent things about them finally admitting the death toll and the military attack being imminent now is what they're saying. I said it. I called it. I called it before you did. Iran International, I called it before you did. They said it 4 hours ago. I said it 2 days ago. Go back and look. Go back and check the timestamps. I told you. I put that on Instagram. Go back. Check the timestamps. 2 days ago. Joshua Schutz, that's me. I told the whole world. Military is imminent. in Iran. And there were a lot of people who liked it, but there was people in there saying, there's no way, how would you even know something like that? And then here we are 2 days later. Iran International 4 hours ago just caught up with me and said, Western source now claims that it's virtually, what was the words they used? Specifically, virtually, I forget the word they used. Virtually like there's no way that it's not going to happen. Is what virtually certain, I think, is the word that they used. And then I asked the Iranian people, and I said, "Are they a good news network? Because I don't know. You know, they call themselves Iranian, but what does that really mean? You know." But from what I've been seeing in the comment section, everybody said, "No, they're a good news network. We listen to them all the time. They know it. They're actually up on to date with events and everything." I'm like, okay, so good. So that makes it better then. That makes it better because it's not some crazy far left wing person that's just saying it. It's someone that's got credibility that's saying it. So see, I told you I was right. So keep everybody updated. We're going to keep doing that too. Like, subscribe, share. We'll keep you updated. I promise you that. This is the Truth Rebellion. We're going to speak the truth. There's nothing that's going to stop it. It's not going to stop us. That's what we're going to do, bro. For sure. And, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. And you just see these things and you just wonder how these things happen, bro. Like, all these people calling everybody a Zionist. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me in my face. Look at me. I get accused of being a Mossad agent, an agent of Mossad. Literally. I have literally been accused multiple times of being a Mossad agent. Like, what are you talking about? A Mossad agent. This is the problem with the woke Reich, okay? The woke right. And they're anti-Semitic. They sound like Adolf Hitler, really. When you allow yourself to go that far into conspiracies, man, you just start losing your mind. Because why would what in the world compels these people to think that I'm an agent of Mossad? Like, what are you talking about? Because I'm pro-Israel? Because I make a pro-Israel? You know, I'll tell you the definition of someone who's gone crazy, right? Who's detached from reality. Is that when you can't believe that the other side is genuine about their beliefs, you, my friend, are the one that has detached from reality, right? Like, I don't think that you don't believe your conspiracies about the Jews, right? I don't think that it's bots that are tweeting your anti-Semitic rhetoric. I think those are your deeply held beliefs. But you think that I don't think that Israel's actually the right guy, the good guy, and that it's some kind of bot, or that I'm a Mossad agent, or that I'm being paid $7,000 to post pro-Israel propaganda. What? What are you people talking about? These people are nuts, man. $7,000 a post. I wish I got paid $7,000 a post. $7,000 a post to post pro-Israel stuff? That sounds cool to me. Hey, Bibi Netanyahu, hit me up. You want to give me $7,000 to post pro-Israel stuff? I mean, I'm doing that anyways for free just because I really believe it. But you're telling me I could get paid to do it? Crazy. A Zionist. What is that? What is that? A Zionist. A Zionist is anybody who doesn't hate Jews. In case you didn't understand. That's what that means. A Zionist. Oh my God. And they call Goldie Gamari a Zionist. She's a Zionist. She's not really Iranian. She's not really Iranian. She's not Iranian and she's not in Canada. She's really a Jew. What are you talking about? You people are nuts. No, she's an Iranian. She's from Iran, and the people inside of Iran are all fighting the Islamic regime. It's a real regime. It's really oppressive. The Muslims are crazy. I would pick hanging out with a Jew over hanging out with a jihad any and every single day of the week because the whole entire world would, because they don't have to worry about the Jew slitting their throat and screaming Yahweh Akbar, right? Nobody worries about Jews blowing up stuff and saying Yahweh Akbar, because it doesn't happen. It's not a thing. It doesn't happen. They only have to worry about jihads doing that. Only jihads do that. You don't worry about anyone else. Buddhists don't blow things up. Hindus don't do that. Nobody does that. Even atheists. And atheists are like, they can be some of the like nastiest people alive, but they don't blow things up either. Like, it's only the Muslims. It's only Islam. Now, what's wrong with that? You know, if you're the only person on the playground that has a problem with everybody else, usually there's something wrong with you, don't you think? Why can't you get along with anybody? Everywhere you go. You can't get along with the Jews. You don't get along with the Chinese. You don't get along with the Europeans. You don't get along with the Persians. You don't get along with Americans. You don't get along with Jews. You don't get along with nobody. Australians, you don't get along with nobody. Everywhere you go, they say, why are you here? Go back. And it's because you bring it on yourself. You're the kid that you can't invite to the party because you know he's going to do something stupid when he gets inside. He's going to come inside, and then for whatever reason, he's just going to start acting like a mad, wild man, and he's just going to start at the birthday party. He's just going to grab the cake and start throwing it around the room, and he's going to take the candles and start lighting stuff on fire for no reason. And nobody knows what he's doing. And he does it sporadically. He'll act like he's normal for 5 minutes, and then out of nowhere, the next thing you know, he's burning the house down. And then you try to stop him, and then he starts trying to kill you. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's crazy. And now we're all a bunch of Mossad agents. We're all a bunch of Zionists. Like, oh my God. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. And you want me to hate the Jews more than you want me to hate the Jews and ignore the Muslims and all the atrocities that have been committed in the name of radical Islam? Don't look at 9/11. Just stop it. You people are so crazy. You're just stupid. You're just out of your mind. You've been paid and bought off. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's true. You got people like Candace Owens saying that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, that he's basically like 11 from Stranger Things, and that lights would blow up around him. Lights would go, they would flicker when he came into the room because he had special psychic kinetic abilities. That's what it was with Charlie Kirk. That's what it is. And Sumerian technology and the space-time continuum, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what Candace says. That's what it is. Because of the Jews. The Jews and Charlie Kirk, the time-traveling boy wonder, had to get together, and Erica Kirk is a secret Mossad agent who is actually planted into his life because she never really loved him and she was trying to kill him the whole time. She's a sociopath. Candace Owens, you have either lost your mind or you are a complete sociopath. I don't have any other options. She's either lost her mind or she's a socio. She's cold-hearted. That woman has no soul. Hate to say it, but it's really getting to the point. I don't want to say it right there off the bat. I'm not saying, I hate to say it, but every day that goes by, I'm not at the level where I would say she's soulless, but I'm right there. I'm right there because I still leave like 3% doubt. Like maybe she could be having a psychotic break. Maybe she, genuinely needs some mental health evaluations. Or she's a sociopath, right? Like that's the only two options it could be. It can't be any other option. It's not any other option. It's not any other option. Candace Owens, come on now. Charlie Kirk discovered you. Charlie Kirk's the one that put you at the head of TPUSA. Charlie Kirk's the only reason you have a platform, girl. I'm not sure if you realize that or not, but it's because of Charlie Kirk that you're as big as you are. It's because of Charlie, a self-described brother to you. If you can treat somebody, if you could take someone that you known that well, and you were inseparable for like the first 2 or 3 years there, you could not see Charlie without Candace, Candace without Charlie. I know. I was there. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm a Turning Point USA guy. I'm a Charlie Kirk guy. I am that guy. I was a Candace Owens fan for years. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I used to tell people, I used to say, I think Candace should run for president. I was one of those people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not someone that's coming out of nowhere just waiting for Candace to fall so that I could attack her. I'm someone who cannot believe what I'm seeing with my eyes right now. I have defended Candace for the last 10 years from everybody. But now, Charlie Kirk, and I thought she was off about the Jews, but I thought, if she investigates it with an open mind and an open heart, and she hasn't determined to find them guilty before proven, she'll find out that the Jews are fine, and she's kind of tripping. But when she said that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, I lost it all. I said, this girl has either lost her mind, that's the only option, or she's a sociopath. She has so little regard for Charlie Kirk. She doesn't miss him. If she's not psychotic, look, I'm not saying that she isn't psychotic and having a mental breakdown and there's something seriously wrong with her, and that does need to be permitted into the avenue, right? That's very possible. Okay? I'm not totally damning her and saying that it's not possible, that there's something really seriously going on with her and she needs help. But what I am saying is that if that is not the case, right? If I'm looking in the eyes of Candace Owens and I'm seeing a fully aware, autonomous person who doesn't have the slightest bit of problem with their psychic framing, their psyche, then there is no way that I believe that this human being is not a sociopathic con artist, okay? There's no way. And the thing about a sociopathic con artist is they don't become that way overnight. They were that way from the beginning. It starts making you doubt everything that Candace Owens ever said. Dude, was Candace Owens ever the real deal? Has she been lying to us the whole time? Has she been manipulating all of us this entire time? And the thing about that as well, too, is, if she is a conscious, aware human being, she shows signs of classic narcissistic behavior, sociopathic behavior, like gaslighting. She's gaslighting the whole world. You're the ones that are crazy, guys. You just don't get it. I don't know, but I know you're the ones that are crazy. You don't get it. Alex Jones, the man that spent 20 years of his life constantly talking about conspiracy theories, the emperor of conspiracy theories, who is the most anti-New World Order person that anyone has ever seen, who snuck into the Bohemia Grove and showed them doing weird rituals in the Bohemia Grove, who got sued for $1 billion. That Alex Jones, he's going to stand tall being sued for $1 billion, but for whatever reason unexplainable under the sun, when it comes to Candace Owens, that Alex Jones is going to join the New World Order to try and take down Candace O. That's what we're believing now, huh? That's what we're believing now, huh? Guys, come on now. That's what we're believing now. Really? Really? Come on now. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, So, yeah. And I'm the one that's lost my mind, right? Because people like Candace Owens and Tucker will say, well, Christian Zionists are like under demonic power. Demonic power? You think that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, and you use that. And if you really believe that, you having a psychotic break. You said yourself you thought you were an alien. And if you're not having a psychotic break, you're a sociopath. Classic gaslighting. You want us to think that Alex Jones joined the New World Order to take you out. You want us to think that Charlie Kirk was an indigo child. You want us to think that you're projecting, classic projection. You're trying to project onto Erica Kirk and make her look like a sociopath. If Erica tells me to stop, I'll stop. She told you to stop. Now you're trying to make her look like a sociopath. You're projecting your own sociopathic personality onto her. You did not even wait. A man that was your mentor. A man that was a brother who made you the head of Turning Point USA. The only reason you're as big as you are, whether you want to believe that or not, whether you're too narcissistic to realize that or not, I don't know, but it's the truth. This man that did all that, and you didn't even wait for him to be in the ground for 24 hours before you used his blood to perpetuate some kind of narrative. For what? We have no idea. I still don't even understand the motivation behind it, right? Because some people say it's to become the number one podcast in the world. And I mean, that's insane to me. If that's true, if it's really that small of a gain, if it's really that low of a motivation, then you have no soul, right? Then you have no soul. You are a parasite if it is that low of a motivation. Or if there's some grander scheme behind it that we're just not seeing, I have no idea. But it doesn't make it any less moral, though. It doesn't make it any less moral. Crazy. Calling Erica Kirk a sociopath? Putting a Zoom meeting? And now she's going to create a 3-part docuseries going into the past of Erica Kirk and who she really was. What in hell are you talking about? Total disrespect for his widow, for his children. It's like you go back to Charlie 10 years ago and say, hey, Charlie, you know this girl right here that you got that's going to join this Turning Point USA thing? I know you're thinking this is a good idea, but I'm telling you, Charlie, this woman's going to wind up being the worst thing that ever happened to you. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm telling you, Charlie, this woman is going to belittle, insult, and spread conspiracies about your wife, about your widow, the single mother to your children, after you die, less than 24 hours of you being in the ground. And she's going to try and lead the push to persecute your family after death, to persecute orphans and children, Charlie. That's what this woman's going to do for you because she is a witch. She is a snake. And Charlie would have said, Charlie would have rebuked you. Would have rebuked me. Would have rebuked you. No way. How dare you say that about Candace? So you're the one losing your mind because unlike her, Charlie Kirk was deathly loyal. It is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't get over it. I tried to defend her integrity the whole time. Now, for me, look, I defended her integrity the whole time. I thought she was wrong. Thought she got off into some conspiracy theories I didn't agree with. Definitely don't agree with the Jews in Israel. But I never doubted the motivation. The heart is what I look at. Now I don't. Now after that, I'm just like, oh my God, like you're evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm starting to think like you're evil. Like you're an evil person. Like you're a bad person. Like that's what I'm starting to think. And like when Piers Morgan was on there, he said, you know, Candace, the thing about Alex Jones is that he actually believed the thing with Sandy Hook. I'm not sure that I could say the same thing about you. I remember when he said that to me. He said that before she came out with the whole time traveling thing. It always stuck with me because I'm like, he's saying something. He's trying to get us at home to think to ourselves like, he really believes in his gut that Candace Owens is lying through her teeth. That's really interesting. And then when I saw her go after Alex Jones, come on now. Alex Jones, he's the one, he's in on it? Come on now. Come on. Nick Fuentes, I don't agree with Nick Fuentes at all, okay? About Israel or the Jews or anything like that, okay? I still watch him all the time because I think he's funny. I think he's hilarious. Some of the things he says, I literally roll on the ground. You know, I don't hate him. I just think he's extremely misinformed in a lot of different subjects. But the thing is, though, when that guy, he's the most anti-Israel guy on the planet. When that guy is saying, Candace, why would Israel kill Charlie Kirk? It doesn't make any sense. Right? Like when that guy says that, what in hell are you talking about? I don't know. But the truth is going to come out. We're going to find out who you are, Candace. Whether now or later or whatever has to happen in between, we are going to find out who you are, Candace. And I don't think that that's going to be good for you. I tried to warn you. I did. I released a whole video warning Candace Owens. And then literally 2 days later, she comes out with this Charlie Kirk time travel stuff. Now you're being made to mockery by everybody. Joe Rogan, who was defending Candace all the time, is now, ooh, she believes that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, right? Like you become a joke. A con, you're something. We don't know what you are, but we're going to figure it out, though. Okay, I'm going to take another break. Then when I come back, we're going to talk about Tucker Carlson. We're going to talk about radical Islam a little bit more. We're going to talk about probably like New York City and what's going on up there. And I don't know. Whatever else pops in my head, I guess. Truth Rebellion. I'm your host. Unfiltered, unafraid, uncompromised. Joshua Gerald Michael Schutz. We got 1 million views. Woo! Crazy.